The Norwegians are very angry. They do not want to seek the Royal Caribbean. They don't want to have fun on ships. They don't care what Thunderstruck is. They don't care if you are a celebrity or even a princess. They want Holland America to stay in Holland or America, whichever they prefer. They don't even want Norwegian to be with the Norwegians. A fun fact, by the way, Norwegian Cruise Line is actually headquartered over in Miami. So there is a large anti-cruise group residing in the country of Norway that are striking against all cruising operations within the country. They don't want cruise ships there at all. They don't even want the term cruise to ever be used again in the country. Alright, I lied about that last part, but they don't want cruising there at all, no matter the size of the ship. So the anti-cruise group is known as Cruisers Not Welcome, and not is in very big, bold letters. And what they are doing to show their hate and disdain toward the cruise ship industry is putting up 1,000 posters across 5 ports showing how much they don't want the cruise ship industry being there. The 5 cities in which the anti-cruise protest group is putting up 1,000 posters is in Oslo, Bergen, Stavanger, Flem, and Trondheim. Troflafagus. Look, there's 5 ports over in Norway. I didn't even know there were that many ports over there, but the point is to bring awareness to the people over there and make sure the cruise passengers know that are traveling to these destinations understand that they are not welcome. The anti-cruise group is claiming that the cruise ship industry as a whole is not only causing environmental damages, but social damages as well in the country of Norway. They go on to say that the cruise ships register in banded states, that way they can avoid taxes and labor laws, that the working conditions of the crew on board are not satisfactory, they're actually pretty horrible, and they're saying that when it comes to the cruise ships, they're nothing more than floating flats that's burning asphalt for fuel. The anti-cruise group does go on and on with more slurs and posters talking about how cruise ships are pollutants to the environment and just the environmental impact. Now, I'm surprised they didn't call them a petri dish. I'm sure somebody's probably said it, but that wasn't a main point or a slur that is being brought up in the articles that I've read. But either way, it's bad. The people of Norway, or at least this anti-cruise group, are not happy and they don't want cruising there. Here in 2022 alone, there's just shy of 3,000 calls for cruise ships to call in ports located over in Norway. You also have CLIA chiming in, which is the Cruise Line International Association, stating that when it comes to cruise ships over in that area, they are monitoring the situation for the safety of guests and determining what the best route to go down when it comes to this particular wild situation. But they also wanted to highlight that when it comes to cruise ships over in Norway, the economical impact and benefits, as well as the joy to millions that it does bring over to that area, is extremely beneficial to the country of Norway. The anti-cruise group claims that one large cruise ship, just one, is the equivalent carbon footprint of 12,000 cars. Meanwhile, CLIA chimed in with that in response, stating that cruise ships are more ecologically advanced than any other time prior, and they are working on making more advancements in the future. Now, of course, I'm going to look at both sides of this because I do believe that there is a horse in each race. We've seen situations take place when it comes to cruise ships over in ports over the past couple decades in places like Key West, Venice, and of course we have the situation in Norway and so many other places. My argument being for cruising is that anytime you have these environmentalists that come in an extreme way and talk about how nasty and how non-environmentally friendly cruise ships are, all I gotta say is just because you are a small piece or cog in the machine does not make you any better. If you drive your own car, if you have a cell phone, if you're not living in a tent, honestly, in my opinion, like I said, it is a small piece, but you technically are no better than the cruise ship industry, and you don't really have much room to talk. I will counter this in favor for the anti-cruise group in stating that cruise ships are getting a lot bigger, and if you look at history's past, they don't exactly have the best track record when the dumping of gray water and everything else that's happened with the cruise ship industry. And personally, I went over to Saint Nazaire, France, to the shipyard over there, and we did a tour. Now, the tour wasn't in English, it was in French. However, the representative that was conducting the tour, he kept stating over and over and over again that they, over in France and around Europe, had more ecological ideas that were going to be better beneficial for the environment when it came to cruising, like sails on board cruise ships and just better options. Meanwhile, they said the Americans chose to opt out of those options because the cruise ship wouldn't exactly look aesthetically pleasing. So if that is true, yes, I will agree either way. No matter what side you guys are on, the cruise ship industry does need to do better. And there is also the argument that there are citizens there, and since they are citizens there and the cruise ships are not registered in those countries, then the citizens should have priority. But I don't want to dive too deep into this matter. I do want to hear from all of you. What do you think about the situation currently going on in Norway? I gotta say, I'm surprised. I have a couple friends of mine that are Norwegian natives, and they're some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I've never seen any of them even get angry, not once in my life, and I've known them for the past 10 to 15 years. Absolutely insane. So for this group to step up, well, you know it's gotta be a big deal. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video so we can get a conversation going on in the comment section. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Take it easy.